Boys and girls, welcome back. Tuesday eLearning for Math. We are continuing on with area this week. I want to say on Thursday, you all did an awesome job with my basketball court problem. If you recall, I gave you a basketball court, and then I gave you some rectangular carpet tiles. And I wanted to know how many carpet tiles I needed to cover my basketball court. And y'all did an awesome job with that. So today we're going to continue on. We're going to go a little bit further. We're actually going to start talking about area of a triangle. It's a little bit different. It's not really that hard. There's just one step you have to pay attention to. But I always like to show these triangles a little bit by starting with a rectangle. Yeah, I know, starting with a rectangle to do triangles, that doesn't make sense. But there's something that I really want you all to see, and it seems to help kids understand. So if you all look at my blue rectangle that I have on the screen, it is 13 feet long by 6 feet wide. And you can see, again, the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. What we've been doing, nothing new here. So we're going to take our 13 feet and we're going to take it times 6 to find out the area of the rectangle. 6 times 3 is 18. I'm going to regroup my 1. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So our rectangle is 78 feet squared, or 78 square feet. What does that mean? It means if I have a square tile that is 1 foot long by 1 foot wide, like the ones in our classroom, I can put 78 of them down on this rectangle to cover it. That is how many 7 square tiles I would need to cover that rectangle. Now, the triangles. If you all look, I drew a black line, catty corner, diagonal, across this rectangle. The reason why is if you cut a rectangle in half diagonally, corner to corner, opposite corner to opposite corner, those two, when you do that, it will make 2 equal triangles. So in this particular case, how would we find the area of one triangle? Well, if the whole square is 78 feet, and I have half of it in this triangle and half of it on this triangle, how would I find the area? I would take half of it. So I would take 78 divided by 2 to figure out what the area of a triangle is in this particular case. How many times does 2 fit into 7? 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. We're left with 1. Bring down our 8. How many times does 2 fit into 18? 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18, and we're left with 0. So each one of these triangles is 39 feet squared. What does that mean? It means that it would take 39 of our square tiles in the classroom to cover these triangles. Now, we might have to cut them a little bit in order to make them fit. They might not be squares. We might have to cut them to make them some triangles or something, but it would take 39 of them to cover this triangle. All right, so now I want to show you why this is tricky, okay? So I'm going to use the exact same triangle, but I'm not going to use the rectangle. I'm just going to focus on one of the triangles this time. So when we go to this next screen, what you're going to see, move my ugly mug over here. I'll move it down here, I guess. Uh-oh, made it big again. Come on. No, make it small. There we go. All right, let me readjust. I know y'all want to see me. All right, so over here, what I've done is I've eliminated the rectangle part. I just gave you the triangle. And if you look, I still have my 13 feet long and my 6 feet wide, but I have the third side of the triangle. Before I didn't worry about that because that was just the diagonal line cutting in half. But now I've got this one that's 15 feet. How do I know how to find the area of a triangle by itself? Well, we need to look at what is the formula for a triangle. And right here it says to find the area of a triangle, we take half of the base times the height. What's basin height? I see side, side, and side. Good question. Basin height is just different words that we use sometimes when we're dealing with area. We'll see them with parallelograms, triangles. We'll see them with some other shapes too. But here's what basin height ultimately is. Here's the easy peasy sauce, the secret sauce, what you can remember to find the base and the height. Hint, find the right angle to find the base and the height. Here's what that means. If I look at this triangle, one of the angles is right, or 90 degrees. Can you see it? It is this one right here. That is the right angle, okay? What the right angle tells us, whatever two sides are connected to that right angle is going to be the base and the height. It doesn't matter which order, okay? You can pick whichever one you want to put first, but those are the base and the height. So do you see how this right angle is touching that line? That means we have to use the 6 feet. I'm going to erase that one so we don't get confused. Do you see how this right angle is touching this line? That means we have to use the 13 feet. This 15 feet, we can ignore. It's not part of the base and the height. Now, a little number sense for you. We already did 13 times 6 on the other page. It was 78. I'm sorry. I can't even remember. I've slept too much. I'm sorry, it was 13 times 6. That's my problem. 13 times 6 was 78. But number sense, we can do it that way, and then we can take half of it, 78 divided by 2, which is 39. That is supposed to be an 8. We just did that on the other page. But number sense tells us we can do it other ways too. We can take half of 6 and take it times 13. What is half of 6? 3. What's 13 times 3? 39. The same answer that we got doing it the other way. The other way we could do it, we could take half of 13. What's half of 13? 6.5. We could take 6.5 times 6. Mr. Drake, my head hurts. That's fractions. I know, but you're going to get the same answer. You're still going to get 39. So you can do it any of the ways. I just want to show you one more thing, and then I'm going to turn you loose on Schoology. Of course, I had to move this because that's how I screw things up. So, Mr. Drake, you said, okay, to find the area of a triangle. No. Ugly mug. Oh boy, I really screwed this up. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Well, I hope you all can still hear me. But Mr. Drake, there's not a right angle on this triangle. They're not right. You're right. So what we have to do is we can draw a line down this middle. And where this connects, it makes it a right angle. It's a perpendicular. So the base and the height on this one, let's pretend this is 5 feet, and this is 7 feet, and this is 7 feet. But the height of this is 6 feet. We would do half of 6 times 5. You could do 6 times 5 is 30, and take half of it as 15. You could take half of 6, which is 3, times 5, which is 15. However you want to do it, but the area of this triangle is going to be 15.